this video, we're going to talk about 3 altcoins which you're sleeping on right now. These are 3 altcoins which I'm actively adding into my longer term portfolio, and some of them you're going to be shocked with. So make sure you smash the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. I'm going to kick off with the one you can see on the screen, which is Chainlink. This is a project people always love to sleep on. If you've been following my content for any period of time, you know periodically I will talk about Chainlink as one of these blue chip tokens which I like to add. But we need to think about it, right? If I made a video here about the latest trending altcoin, everybody wants to jump onto that one, right? They want to jump onto the one that has the most attention, the most hype. And oftentimes the projects which are just kind of simmering below the radar, those are the ones which provide outsized returns, right? I remember when Ethereum started popping off, or then you get some of the other ones. Like, it's always the one that doesn't quite have the full maximum attention. Everybody's focused here, and then this slow sleeping tortoise over here is the one you should be focused on. And Chainlink for me falls in that category, right? Yes, you can follow the hype. Yes, you can be like, okay, who's got the best marketing? Who has a really good community? But sometimes you just need to understand who's powering the infrastructure here, right? And if you went up to most of the dApp developers right now that are building on Ethereum and any of the Ethereum layer 2 platforms as well, like Optimism, like Arbitrum, etc., what are they going to say? They will cry if you were to turn off Chainlink, because they rely on Chainlink for all the price feeds, all of the data oracle pieces that are coming in. And ultimately, that is what's important. I mean, we can get caught up in terms of, which one has caught the attention and the imagination of the public. But sometimes in my portfolio, I just want the good solid plays. And for me, Chainlink was that. It was the leading player in the data oracle space. They're still there, right? Despite others trying to spin up, they're still the one, right? And that's the one that dApp developers will cry if you turn it off. They rely on Chainlink. And that's an important piece here. And this is not me just saying this now. I said this as the price was sitting here along $5 for the longest period of time. From May 2022 all the way until October of 23, I had opportunity to nibble, and I was nibbling around these levels. We were making videos about it as well. You then run up to kind of decent prices up here of $22. A nice 4x on your money just from there to there. Now it's come back down to $10. For me, still attractive. This is nothing compared to what I would expect Chainlink to do. Remember, this is a project that at peaks has hit highs as high as $52. So you're buying here at 10, you're almost, talking about 5x quite comfortably on what I see as a blue chip project. It's not a crazy meme coin low cap project. No, it's a strong medium to large cap project, which I want to be adding and holding. So this is what a lot of people sleep on. I just don't understand why. Whenever I get the chance to buy the dip on Chainlink, I just like to have a nice portion of my portfolio in Chainlink. I like it. Right, let's keep things moving. I might actually give you a couple of bonus ones, because the next one I wanted to give you guys, let's see if some of you will guess it, is Uniswap. We got to talk about Uniswap. And again, a very similar kind of approach. Why are we sleeping on Uniswap? The very first decentralized exchange, the very first DEX, the key one on Ethereum. Some of these calls I'm making might sound boring to you, but sometimes it's the boring one that's staring you in the face that if you just held it, you would have done well. Instead of doing what the majority of everybody else is doing, which is chasing meme coins and gambling, you can just go, hang on, let me just calm down here. What are the best plays? What are people using, right? And I think this is the important piece here, is when we think about crypto, and obviously right now we're in a bit of a good time, I would say. It's a relatively positive time for crypto. If you've been through the ups and downs of crypto, we're talking, the Operation Choke Point, when the governments are going after major exchanges. We're talking about the collapse of FTX. Guess what happens in those times? A lot of fear, a lot of FOMO, a lot of money flowing out of exchanges. And when that happens, what does it remind you of? It reminds you that the real essence of crypto, what we choose when we want to invest in crypto, is this notion that you're truly decentralized. And the only way you're truly decentralized by doing activity on chain without a centralized exchange. Now, of course, centralized exchanges make it easy for you and I to interact and use crypto, and it just makes it easy for the layperson to get involved in crypto. But the true essence of crypto, right, the immutability, permissionless, the fact that anybody can use it, is where these AMMs and DEXs come involved. And for me, Uniswap continues to be the de facto player, continues to be the leading market participant in this space. And I would feel uncomfortable not having exposure to Uniswap in my portfolio. Again, a project which has been, as low as some of the prices down at $3.30, currently sitting around the $6 mark, which is nice. Again, earlier in the year in March, this ran up as high as $17. And again, looking at all-time highs and kind of working your way up to levels of $45, you'd expect it to eclipse it in the next bull market, right? So again, no one I want to sleep on Uniswap. I'd want to have Uniswap in the portfolio, and it's something whatever on dips I like to add. I don't want to sleep on this. It may seem boring and like, yeah, I can chase the meme coin, but I like it. I like Uniswap. Right, let's keep things moving, guys. I'm not going to mention the layer 2s, but maybe we need to make a separate video on layer 2s because layer 2 solutions, Polygon Matic, Arbitrum, Optimism, you don't want to sleep on them. You do not want to sleep on them projects right there. Ethereum continues to be popular. Layer 2s continue to be popular as an efficiency move on Ethereum for you to have cheaper transactions. That theme is not going to change anytime soon. Right, let's keep things moving. Let me show you the one that I'm looking for. Let's see if some of you guess it. It's going to be this one here, guys, Cadena. I know like probably over a year now ago, I made videos on Cadena. And my view's not changing it. I still think it's an exciting project. They've got a lot to prove. They've got a good team. But for me, the reason I like Cadena is there's not many exciting proof of work plays. Let me explain. When Bitcoin came out as a proof of work protocol, right? And all the security of Bitcoin that we've seen demonstrated since 2008 when Satoshi Nakamoto launched Bitcoin links to this consensus mechanism that's proof of work. But all the other big smart contract platforms, including Ethereum, have switched to proof of stake. So Cardano's proof of stake, Solana's proof of stake, Ethereum's proof of stake. What's our big smart contract platform that's going to be proof of work? Because the best security that we've seen is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the standard of this security. When people feel so confident investing big money in crypto, it's because of the proof of work consensus mechanism has yet to fail, right? That's why we feel confident putting our money into Bitcoin. And so when you rely on it from that perspective, like, okay, why are all these smart contract platforms operating on proof of stake? And oftentimes the main answer that they're on proof of stake is because of efficiency, because Bitcoin was not green, it was too expensive, and it wasn't fast enough, and then all these other things that kind of came about where people were like, oh, it's not practical, right? You can't buy coffee with Bitcoin. It's this, the transaction's too slow, it's too high in terms of energy consumption, it's not green enough. And I think Cadena's got a really noble, job there. They're trying to make a proof of work blockchain with good security, which we know proof of work can provide, but still making it fast, accessible, and energy efficient to make it green. And I think that's a valid cause. And so for me, it deserves a bit in the portfolio. Now, this is not something I'm going to go oversized on. I just like to add a little bit every now and then. I think it's a good project. Again, when I look at my portfolio sometimes, I want to look down it and go, what am I missing? Like, what narrative, if it popped off, because I'm not a genius. I know some people on YouTube try to claim like, oh, this narrative is going to pop off next, and then next week it's going to be this narrative. You don't know. You don't know where the narrative is. I just want to have my portfolio allocated so I've got exposure to these narratives. When it's Bitcoin season, Bitcoin's doing well, I've got enough Bitcoin. When it's Ethereum season, Ethereum's popping off, I've got Ethereum, I've got my layer 2 plays, fantastic. When it's gaming season, I've got my games, I've got my NFTs, right? And when eventually it's going to be proof of work season and Cadena's moving, I want to have my exposure to that as well. So for me, Cadena is a project that has, taken a hit in terms of price, but again, something you could now be buying at prices you've not seen since, the summer and late summer and early kind of autumn here. August 2023, you're dating back to here in terms of some of the prices you're able to buy Cadena at now. So that's the other one that I think people are sleeping on. Gonna leave you guys with, let's leave you guys with one more that I don't want you guys to sleep on. And it's gonna be Avalanche. Again, another project that is always there and thereabouts. You guys know on this channel I talk a lot about Phantom, but almost like a cousin or brother, sister project is Avalanche. Right? If you listen to some of the smartest minds in the crypto space speak, for example, Andre Cronje, what will they say? They say that the Avalanche tech is amazing. And we know Emin, the head over there, is building a great project. Very smart guy, one of the smartest minds in the crypto space. Not a project I'd want to sleep on. Again, something I want to have in my layer 1 section of my portfolio. And I want to regularly on dips add to it. I want exposure to it. I know there will be a time when the layer 1 space is getting hotly competitive again. Things like Near Protocol, Avalanche, etc. are moving. In fact, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to give you five Gonna give you one more, guys. Let's give you one more because people love to hate on Cardano, and I will always be adding Cardano. This is a project that when it chooses to move, will move, but equivalently, when it wants to dump, it's gonna dump. And I think those are the cryptos I want to be in. I don't want to be in a crypto which doesn't dump because equally it won't pump, right? Simple. I need projects which have the volatility in them that are gonna do well to give us a return. Again, Cardano. Why do I like Cardano? What if all the other projects in my portfolio, the exciting ones like Near Protocol and Phantom and Avalanche, which you just spoke about, and Cadena, what if they're just doing it wrong? What if they're going too fast? What if they're too reckless, trying to, break the grounds of innovation that maybe I just wanted a slow, steady company? And that reminds me in the stock market of Amazon. I've used this analogy a few times on this channel. Like, people missed out on investing in Amazon and Apple because it was too obvious. I don't want to miss those obvious ones. I want to be invested in those really obvious ones that just keep chugging along. And for me, that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of these obvious ones like Cardano, and I spoke about Chainlink as well. Sometimes you don't need to overthink this too much, right? You don't need to be in these crazy, exciting low caps. You just need exposure to the good ones, the ones that aren't going anywhere, that have proven they've been here for a while, and you just need to not overthink it. And that's almost what I'm trying to share with you here in this video, looking at some of these altcoins. Again, Cardano is a project that has been high. It's been, if we look at this candlestick here, went as high as $3. And again, I at least expect it to get into its Fibonacci golden pocket, which brings you to $2 here. I expect it to happen. So for me, really good risk to return, particularly when I was lucky enough to be buying at some of these lower candles around the 24 cents mark. Again, now you're buying at 33 cents. I think it's really good risk to return. You have to be super patient with Cardano. It's that type of project where it could just be dead for ages, but when it starts moving, it really starts moving. And for that reason, I want some exposure to Cardano in my portfolio. So there you have it, guys. The altcoins which most are sleeping on. Hopefully you found this useful. If you like this type of content where I break down altcoins and which ones I like, which ones I don't like, make sure you let me know in the comments. Don't forget to smash on the likes. If you want to see how I'm trading, remember this is all longer term investment stuff. If you want to see which altcoins I'm trading for my swing trades, for my day trades and all that kind of stuff, jump into our Telegram group, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.